And we live, baby. What's going on? Anybody wants to come up, hit me up. I'll be checking it on the other stream. We running Conglomerate from Jim. I was able to crush about 3/4 of a bucket down into a quarter bucket of material. What's going on, everybody? Lewis, what's up, brother? Can you hear me? Rock Butcher. Man, I've been crushing stone for like an hour and 45 minutes. I got to work out. It's been a while. Jason E, what's up, bro? Lewis S is in the house. Rock Butcher's in the house. If anybody wants to stop up, let me know in the chat so I can go over to the phone and let you in. But yeah, I got about a quarter bucket of material here. I was going to run it through and see what we got. It's going to be a muddy mess, too. Muddy, muddy mess. So we was at Freedom Fest last week, and we had a real good time, man. Met a bunch of great people. Dylan Miller was there. So cool to meet him. Eric from Robinson Prospecting got me one of these new pans. Going to check this bad boy out. Pretty neat. Made with the 3D printer. Got a bunch of grooves in it. A bunch of grooves in the bottom of the pan. So it should be pretty good for doing cleanups. Grease Monkey did a raffle. His brother made some cool made this Garrett Super Sluice pan. Freedom Fest. Everybody there signed it. Miller Prospecting, A3 Skywater, Lewis S Outdoors, Heavy Metal Detective, Miss Can Do was there. Jim McIntyre from Cottonwood Trails. Dustin Beard, Luke Duke, RPE was there. Ed from Flashing the Pan. Brian from Indiana Creek Gold. Scott Sharp. Mike Vendetta was there. That was real cool meeting him. But yeah, man, I won this raffle. I wrapped it in tissue paper and handed it to Miss Patriot and let her touch it because she's got the luck on the raffles, man. And yeah, man, everybody signed it. This is real cool, man. I'm gonna put this up under the Can Do flag that I got. Very cool. Want a shooter marble and all that stuff. That is a nice pan, right, Jason? Joseph Knowlton, how you doing, bro? Redhead by nature. Hello, how are you? Matthew Schillinger, how are you? Some new names I haven't seen. So we're going to run some of this dirt. I got bubbles out. I got my jet dry in there. We'll run it. See if there's any gold in here, man. If there's any gold in here. Jim said he'll grab some more of this Conglomerate. But he wasn't sure if there was any gold in it. So I've been busting it up for 2 hours now. And we're going to run it through the sluice. Like I said, it's going to be dirty, man. Actually, I had to put some of this in the shop is a mess, guys. Don't mind it. I broke it up real fine and ended up with all this. So I'm letting this soak in water, and then I'm going to bust it up some more, man. Got about a little quarter of a bucket. Might need a little more speed. It's going to be a muddy mess, though. An entire grow was basically killed on Facebook. Drama on Facebook. Imagine that. I'm doing good, Matt. Just Casey, aka Yellow. How you doing, Casey? Yeah, I got off Facebook about 7 years ago, and initially wasn't my call. So you can imagine, just imagine what happened, and haven't been on since. And I don't really miss it. A lot of clay in this stuff, of course. Bump up the flow a little bit. It's going to be hard to see anything in this. This will be a chocolate milk mess. Yeah, it's really hard breaking this stuff up, to be honest with you. Show you a couple pieces. So this was on a feeder creek to the main creek we were working, off on Jim's land, and a tornado came through and ripped out some trees, and then this was underneath of it. I guess the creek had moved, and it's all full of mineral bands and stuff like that. So he just grabbed a bunch of it and threw it in buckets, milk carts and stuff like that. And he's been saving it. He's been meaning to get through it. And yeah, man. So we took it home. He thought he took a couple pieces, and I took some and told him we would bust it up and see where it's gotten it. But yeah, man, it's really, really hard. Keep digging. What are you doing? Jonathan Brewer, nice to see you, brother. How are you? Hope everything is well. Running this clay, muddy, busted down conglomerate that I got from Indiana Creek, Cottonwood Trails Gold Camp in Indiana last week. Not a whole lot, but told Jim we would bust it up and see if there was anything in it. Rock Butcher. Rock, what's going on, brother?
Hey,
Jim, what's going on?
come in and check this out. Yeah, this is exciting
Yeah.
stuff, man.
Yeah, I was getting a workout, brother.
I was telling you in the chat earlier, like the largest gold deposit on the planet is a conglomerate, just like that. So it'll be interesting to see what you got in there.
Yeah, Jim said he wasn't sure if there was any gold in it or not, but he assumed that there was because the creek has gold in it, and this was feeding the creek. So I figured I'd break it up.
Sure, why not?
I broke it down as much as I could to 1/8 inch classified, and then I got some left over there, and I'm gonna let that soak a little while, and I'll try and bust that up and see if there's any more.
Yeah, I mean that's all you got to do is like, because if there's gold there, just imagine it'd be like in the creek bed, so it'll be stuck in between the grains of the other rocks. It's not like you got to pound the other rocks into powder. You just got to break it all apart.
Right.
Break
Mm-hmm.
the rocks from the matrix.
Yeah, there's still, like I was showing you in the wet pan a little bit ago, there's still some that's cemented together, and figured I'd soften it up a little bit. Somebody was saying maybe vinegar would help. Do you know anything about that?
Gold was talking about using vinegar before, and I don't know. I don't know anything about that. I've never used it. I see other people have used it, but if you're just talking about just simple gravity separation like you're doing right now, you don't need anything but water and a couple drops of jet dry, or you're gone dish soap.
Right.
You know, if the rock's really heavily cemented with calcite, for example, like you could hit it with muriatic acid or hydrochloric. It is muriatic, but you're just going to burn through money to break rock down when you could just smash it with a hammer and run it through a sluice box.
Yeah, there's definitely some black sand in it, though. I can see that.
I'm sure there is. It's a conglomerate. You're running an ancient riverbed.
It's dirty. You can see that.
Cool.
How's your weekend going so far, Jim? All right?
Oh, good. Just tidying things up here. I got to go in the office tomorrow and sign off with that same client I was doing the lithium stuff for last fall. They want me to go back through their orientation class, and then I got to go manage a project up there this summer.
Nice.
Excavator work, channel sampling, and that kind of stuff. It's not as much bling as gold is, but you know what? In this investment community right now, if you say gold, bankers run away from you. Nobody's willing to invest, even though the price is so high. It's nuts, man. But the minute you say you're looking for lithium, the bankers, they pull their pants down around their ankles and say, "Come on, get some." And it's like, how the heck does that work?
I don't know. It's the big thing right now. You know what I mean?
Everybody wants to hear about lithium. That's it. So, anyway, so I'm gonna go find some more lithium so somebody can charge their cell phone next year. That'll be good.
Hey, Fluff, how are you? Good day. Running some conglomerate. Nice you to stop by. So when's that start, Rock? You going in next week or something?
Tomorrow, yeah. Tomorrow I gotta like I say, do the orientation, sign the paperwork, and then I gotta go and scrounge through the warehouse and try to make sure we got enough backpacks and GPSs and gold pans and screens and everything else that we're going to need, sample bags, you name it, rock hammers. And then and then I'll probably head up there Tuesday. And because they got a whole warehouse up there that their last project manager left, to go take another job, and everything's just kind of like it's stopped right there. So I've got no idea what's changed in the last 6 months since I was last there. So I got to go look at their warehouse and see what they got in the way of gear. Make a list, and then I might drive. It's only 3 hours from town here, and our home base for the company here. So, if there's something that we really, really, really need, I can just skin back into town and pick that up, and then come back home again.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the grandkids and the kids tomorrow. We're gonna go see them guys and do a little barbecue. Fun time. We haven't seen them since we got back from Indiana, so we're gonna go over there and check them out. That was a fun trip in Indiana, man. Got to meet some great people.
Yeah, it looked like a good time.
Mrs. Candu's in the house. How you doing? Hope everything is well. So Joseph said vinegar is really cheap and stays usable for a long time. I've seen it boil certain rocks. I believe it's the sedimentary types.
Yeah, it could very well do. Hydrochlorical boiling pretty hard if they got calcite in it.
Mm-hmm.
Makes a big mess though. If you're gonna do that kind of stuff, do it outside. You don't need the flames in your house.
Nah. I have an exhaust fan in my shop here too, but I would definitely do something like that outside, out back, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I can't see anything with this water. It is chocolate milk.
It looks like it.
Yeah, Louis S. was over there at Freedom Fest with us. Really cool to meet him. Yeah, I got this broke up pretty good, Rock. I mean, lot better than I thought I would have. With just the dolly pot, you know?
Yeah, like you say, if you got it all broke down to about 1/8 inch, that's probably all you need to really do. I don't know what they crushed the Watersrand stuff down to, but I was looking at it for somebody else there a couple of months ago, and they said that the highest grades they get are in the sections of the conglomerate where they see the biggest cobbles, which makes total sense. Like the highest grade you get in the placer would be where the biggest rocks are.
Right.
So, hang on a second.
Yeah, there were a couple pieces. With bigger cobbles than the other pieces, you know. With the different layers of mineralization was cool.
Yeah, no, I mean, even if you get a fleck or two out of there, then that's an awesome indication that there's something there, right?
Mm-hmm. Like there's gold bands and black bands, and then there's metal bands, rust bands, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool. Definitely should have spent some more time breaking it up today instead of going metal detecting. But I did find $1.35.
There you go. You got enough to.
I'm loving that metal. I'm loving that metal detector. So another $263.50, and I'll have it paid off.
Perfect.
I was talking to Dave from PA Relic Hunters. I don't know if you know them guys. They're out in Western PA, and they go on some cool hunts all the time up in the mountains looking for old, um, back in the 17 and early 1800s after the Revolutionary War.
Mm-hmm.
People were given land and they go up, they walked to where they were going to live and then they made a life for themselves. And
Sure,
they
sure.
go in the mountains looking for their old homesteads and stuff, man, and find all kinds of gold coins, silver coins, artifacts. I would love to go out with them guys one time.
Your camera just flipped aspect all by itself.
What it do?
Now we're looking at you sideways. It's in
I
vertical
don't know why
mode.
it keeps doing this.
There we go. Yeah, one of the like
Pops off.
being a geologist and doing exploration and prospecting through the bush, like it's filled with there's some wonderful moments, and one of my most memorable ones was I was working on this one job. We were in a place that it was the middle of the bush, but it had been settled 150 years ago, and then simply left because the ground wasn't good for farming or anything like that. And I was on the south side of a lake, and I was walking through the bush on a claim line. And as I got closer to the lake, I saw all this orange off in the distance. And my first thought was it was flagon tape, because us geologists, we use orange flagon tape, in the bush all the time to show where the trail is or where your sample is or whatever. And
Right.
I was thinking to myself, but there's nobody's been here in front of me. Why would there be all that orange out there? And I got there, and there was it was mostly overgrown, but there was a bit of a clearing. And the orange I was seeing was a huge bed of tiger lilies. And in this clearing, there was a rectangular, maybe about 15 by 20 foot rectangular hump in the ground in this clearing. And that was the foundation of some old settler's house. And I guess that his wife had like tiger lilies, I suppose, and she planted them, and they were long gone, but the tiger lilies still bloomed every year. It was beautiful. I sat on the corner of their foundation, had my lunch, and looked out at the lake, and thought, "Wow, what a wonderful spot to have a cabin," And
Yeah, well, that's pretty neat stuff.
It was a pretty spiritual moment. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, so these older people from the Revolutionary War and stuff would have money, and they would bury the money and pass away,
Mm-hmm.
and the money's still left there. You know what I mean? Like buried in the ground.
Yeah.
They didn't have banks back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, we got
So
Challenging
they're hunting
Kitchen
for
in
that
the
stuff.
house, and
CK.
Brian and the Twins Coins.
Yeah. Scott Sharp just came in.
Scott Sharp just came in. Yeah.
Bill
Yeah,
Snodgrass is in the house.
that place would have been a pretty cool spot to get the metal detector. I think you would have found some pretty neat stuff, because it was out there in the bush, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that X-Tower Pro I got. It's $200 and something. It wasn't a whole bunch. What's going on, Scott Sharp? Checking out this conglomerate that we took home from Cottonwood. Was hoping Jim stopped by. Anybody's welcome to come up if they want.
So I was out at the hardware store 2 days ago, and I had to pick up some more charcoal for the barbecue. And walking out, I made an impulse buy. There was there was these little UV flashlights for sale for $20.
Oh, yeah, cool.
And so I figured, to heck with it, I'll buy one. But the thing with geology, like minerals, you really need a couple of different wavelengths, so the really, really good lamps have 2 different wavelength groups of UV light. But this one's good. It shows up the calcite like crazy, man. And I turned off the lights in the basement and brought the kids downstairs and showed them my collection. And it was like some of those rocks, man, they just caught on fire as soon as that thing hits it. It's pretty cool.
Someone in Ohio's in the house.
This is Candy. Says Jim and Monkey are probably still in the creek.
Yep. I remember Bruce left alive on Friday, and he was headed out there again to find some more shiny. So it's a nice spot, man. It's a real good time, nice place. Jim is a great host.
Mm-hmm. Get that last bit out of the bottom corner of that bucket, because that's where the gold will be. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I gave up on trying to see anything. About halfway through this.
All right, I'm looking forward to seeing what's in this.
Right?
Even if you get just one fly poop, that's a indication that it's time to go back and look a little bit more of it.
Get some more of it here.
Figure out where it came from and then go bust great big chunks of it off the hillside,
CK, it was so great. I met a bunch of people. Vendetta came out there from Arizona. Carson Prospecting came out there from California. We had 11 states in the house, which is a record there at the camp. 11 different states. It's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Mm-hmm. The Indiana boys are out there. Dylan from Miller Prospecting. Brian, Rich from A3 Skywarrior. Brian's from Indiana Creek. Everybody. JP was there. And Mrs. JP was there. HD Shovelhead and Gemstone Judy was there. Luke Duke. Colin from Heavy Metal Detective. Wow. Chocolate milk.
All right, let's see what's in there.
They're setting it up.
Have you got an indicator mat up at the top there?
Yeah, I use the 6x16.
Oh, okay. Nothing jumping right out at you. Or you'd be yelling by now.
Yeah, not yet.
Joseph Knowlton, hello. Prospector Jason E. Miner's in the house. The suspense is adding up, absolutely. Wrench is in the house. There.
Wrench is in the house. What's up, Wrench? Chocolate milk. Duty separate. Easy cleanups, these mats.
Somewhere in Ohio saying, I say 100% he gets gold. Oh, and we lost PA. Dang, I don't have my phone with me to message him. Oh, I hear him. Your camera's off, buddy.
Let me get it fixed.
For my next trick, yeah, now the suspense is through the roof. We don't see you clean it up.
I'm back.
Oh boy, we got seasick there for a sec when you turned it sideways, but we're good now.
We all good?
Yeah, we're good.
Good. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I didn't know. Second time now. How's the kids and the wifey doing there, Mr. Rock?
Doing good. Doing out. Today I was doing some last minute paperwork for the last client there outside of Arizona, and she took them out for a good walk, and we got a wicked burger place in town here. She took them there for supper and brought one home for me. So
Nice. Got them out of your hair for a little bit.
cheaper than McDonald's and twice the meat. And way better. Oh yeah. You didn't see any gold poking you in the eye out of that box, eh?
No. Again, this water was so cloudy. I mean, if it's anywhere, it'll be in the.
What are you getting in the way of cons?
It's a mix, not a whole lot of black sand either. Give me one speck at least. Not seeing anything.
No.
Not a good sign. And that
That's
was
why they
3/4 of a bucket.
That's why they call it prospecting, man. Otherwise, they call it finding, and everybody would be doing it.
I don't suppose that there would be any chunky gold in there.
Ed's in the house. How are you doing, Ed? Well, just save your crush, your runoff, and maybe crush it up a little finer and run it again and see what you get.
Yep. Let's see if anything came up in the bottom that. See if anything came up in the bottom.
Yeah, Luke Duke's saying his experience with that stuff is there's hardly ever any gold in it. And when you do find it, if you do find it, it would be really, really hard to chase it on surface because picture a placer deposit in a river that occupies, a small lens of an area, and then freeze that in a chunk of rock and tip that rock up and stick it on the side of a mountain. And I mean, how the heck do you chase that? Conglomerate's this wide, and you're only looking for this little bitty bit of it.
Oh, I told Jim that I would bust it up for him. So
that's it.
Check it out.
You got to do it.
Only one way to do it, and that's to do it.
That's right. That says keyword there is hardly. One day there could be a lot. I was saying earlier, Ed, the Witwatersrand gold deposit in South Africa is the largest gold deposit in the world, still producing gold. It has been for, I think, over 100 years. And it's in a conglomerate. That's the deepest mines in the world now. They're down over 3 miles, I think.
Wow.
Guys,
that is far.
It's so hot because of the geothermal gradient. Like the deeper you go, the hotter it gets because planet Earth is molten in the middle.
Right.
And they can only work 2 hours at the face, and then they've got to go back to like a refuge station that's air conditioned and relax and get their body temperatures down.
Well, I still got a whole nother 5-gallon bucket and about a quarter of this one left to crush up. So,
all right, don't give up.
We won't be doing that tonight, but it took me 2 hours to crush this up.
We all want to watch you swing that hickory, man. Bang, bang,
bang. I got that little dolly pot and a digging bar. The back of the bar has a piece of steel on it, and that's what I use to crush it up. I'd be happy to find one little piece.
It's looking like there's some heavy minerals in there.
Yep. Some micro, anything? Give me one flake. Give me something. Negative.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it's a big zero.
Yeah.
Big zero.
Story of my life. Lots of zeros. Lots of zeros before you hit the 100. Then it's like,
Right.
woohoo. Yep.
Oh, well, we gave it a shot.
Yeah. Good experiment for sure. Like I said, I would crush it a little finer when you got the chance. Like, don't stop just because you didn't get it in there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Crush the rest
Like I
of it
said,
up.
I got all this to do.
There you go. Yeah, yeah. Get that all busted up and go through it.
Yeah. Jason said, just get some more and test again.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we got, peeps.
That's it.
Yeah. I mean, I could probably go grab the cons that I have from my Sluicing. We could check that.
Mm-hmm.
There better be some gold in that. If not, I was in a bad spot. Dump this out. Grab this little classifier here. See, now I got to find some gold.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be some gold somewhere.
While he's doing that, I'll go grab a couple of those samples off my shelf and show you the UV. Better turn this light on because I'm going to break my head. Okay, so here we've got 3 absolutely normal looking rocks.
Browser keep losing connectivity.
It's a very normal looking black and pink and white rock. Here's a nice rhombohedron of calcite. It's a big piece of fluorite. You can see what it looks like, kind of not super crystalline or anything like that. And then there's a piece of jasper. Okay, so now you've seen them in white light. Let's look at them in black light. See the pink? Look at the pink.
Why my phone keeps bumping off.
I don't
Can
want
you
to
hear
shut
me?
it. Yeah, we can hear you. So that white piece of calcite, when you hit it with the light, oh man, my screen is too bright. It glows like fiery. I could see it. It's like fiery pink. Is
I
it
left all my pans in the camper.
showing up fiery pink? And then this, the fluorite, is a beautiful purple. You can see all through here. That poor purple. I don't think the camera does it justice. There we go. Look at that. This chunk of jasper is pretty neat because it doesn't, a lot of it doesn't fluoresce, but there's spots that do, like right there. And if I hold the light on them, I hold the light right on them and then move it off to the side quick, it still glows for a split second. It's like it's energized enough that it still glows. So, anyway, if you were here, you could see it. It looks a hell of a lot better than it does on this silly little camera. One of these days, when I've got $1 million to spare, I'll buy a high-quality camera for YouTube. But yeah, it's pretty neat here. Like, look at this stuff. This is. There's the rock. Maybe that's easier to see because it's off a little. It's further away from the TV. How pink that is. But this piece, this cube of calcite is nuts, man. It's like it's anyway. I'll go turn some lights back on so nobody's going to turn lights behind me. Yeah, this green fluorite one really confused me when I found it down in Arizona. And I mean, we've all seen fluorite. You're all used to the, octahedral crystals and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But this one actually has the green mineral is it's columns, and they're like long, thick needles, hexagonal needles. And I was thinking, what the heck kind of mineral is that? And then when I hit it with, I got dilute hydrochloric acid that I test for calcite with, and these things, they fizzed like crazy. And I thought, well, then it can't be fluorite because fluorite doesn't fizz. But I guess it just had maybe a coating of there's some calcite or something on it. Because when I brought it to, when I went with Doug Odette, Doug and Sandy down to their Rocket Gem Club there on that Saturday, they've got a really, really good quality UV light. and we lit up a bunch of specimens, including this one and that massive purple fluorite that I got down there. And they both fluoresce exactly the same wavelength of light. So this is fluorite. It's just a different form. And I had to look in my mineral book, and sure enough, it says in extremely rare cases, you get little columns like finger-shaped crystals of fluorite forming. So that was neat. That's a first for me. I busted my fluorite cherry down there in Arizona. So it's all good. A3 Sky Warriors in the house. Hi, Rich.
Rich, what's up, brother?
Nebo Gold Adventures here.
Nebo's in the house. What's up, Johnny? I will be seeing you on July 4th, my friend, down at Lucky Strike again. I'll be in Lucky Strike next week. Meet up with Jericho and the boys.
Oh, they're going back there, are they?
Yeah.
Can't get enough.
Oh, yeah. Good time. This is a heavy little pan.
DB.
DB in the house. So I just ran for like 3 days. When I took out my battery, I run it for 2.5 hours at a time and dumped the cons in a bucket. I didn't really check. So we'll see what we got. Definitely going to have to get a high banker. Those guys are finding pretty good amounts of gold. I just had a battery operated pump. The one that I use here.
Yeah, flour gold is very difficult to recover, DB. It's odd the way that's stratified. You got all your blondes on one side.
Yeah, it's weird, huh?
Yeah.
It's got to be me.
If you got a pie pan, DB, it works just as good. You just got to take your time with it. Heck, I've panned in a shovel. Just doing a quick check.
I should have split it up. It's a lot of material in one pan. Definitely gonna have to go through this again.
You're all right. Your video's frozen on my end.
I don't know what's going on with it. My phone keeps shutting off. Better?
Yeah.
I don't know why it keeps shutting off, brother.
Rich thinks you're panning too slow. You think that's slow, Rich? Watch Jericho pan. That's why I have no hair left, because I pulled the rest of it out watching him.
Trying not to lose anything, Rich.
You're getting down to it, though. There's not a whole lot of blonde showing up now.
There's a lot of black sand here.
Yeah.
Ton of black sand.
Those white rocks you had, Wrench, they were probably barite or maybe scheelite. And yeah, that stuff's really, really dense. Yeah, I suspect that's barite. remember what its specific gravity is, but it's like it's up there. You know, like most black sand is 4 to 5. Gold's 19. You know, like I think barite's, I don't know, 12 or 14. It's really up there.
Heavy stuff.
It's also radioactive. Just saying, don't carry a pocket full home.
A lot of black sand there in Indiana, Rich.
Rich is saying he's got an old civil defense counter set. What's that? DB. Oh, the Geiger counter. Okay. Yeah. If you got a coal-fired power plant around you there, Rich, go downwind of it and test the find areas where the ash settles, like on outdoor, window ledges and stuff like that, and hit them with the Geiger counter, and I think you'll be surprised at what you find. Because a lot of times coal is mildly radioactive, and it gets concentrated when it burns, and it goes all up the stack and blows all over the neighborhood.
Really?
Yep. Yeah.
I'll find you a chick all the way. For sure.
I'd take forever to pan this heavy sand. Wrench, I was saying earlier, I got to get me some of that black poison from Jason at Flower Gold Wizard. No, I don't. getting there.
Yeah.
There go the fireworks.
Yeah.
Speaking of fireworks, I got something to shoot off.
I would stick a peek there, but
Rich says the Indiana garnet sands are even worse.
okay, well, here I go.
All right, DB, you take care of yourself, and yeah, best wishes to your husband. Safe trip tomorrow.
Where are they headed to, Rock?
DB's husband, I believe, is a long haul truck driver, and she's saying he's going to go to work tomorrow, so she's going to spend some time with him.
That was 3.
I thought that was a piece of gold there, and then it flipped over.
Oh, he's driving to Canada tomorrow. There you go. Tell him to bring you back a big box of poutine. It'll be all cold by the time you got it. It'll be no good. We lost your video feed again, buddy. Stratford, Southern Ontario.
I did, but
Oh, Jim Massacre is in the house. Technical difficulties. There we go.
It's very irritating.
wow.
Why are you hurting, Jim? Rich is asking if your phone is just going to sleep on you. Is that what the problem is?
Probably. It usually doesn't do that. I must have to clear it or something, you know. Clear the trash.
You honestly sound really good when you're singing. Like, it's not one of those voices that I kind of hear jam with. You sing, but it's like something I'm not bothered by. Like, I can listen to sing.
No, my luck. I probably didn't find one speck. Hey, there's a couple. I see them. Definitely gonna have to run this stuff through the Dream Mat.
Mm-hmm. Scott Sharp's telling you to bring your detectors with you next weekend to Lucky Strike.
Okay. Is he going? You going down there, Scott? I'll be tenting it.
Yeah, he says, yes, I'm going.
Cool.
You must find the odd bit of cool stuff in there, Jim, to keep off to one side and sell later. Or I suppose all that money will go back to the company.
Jim, as a cure, what's up, bro? Sorry, I haven't been paying attention in chat if I missed anybody.
Scott says, get a bug net for your head.
Are we going exploring, Scott? Trying to run away. Yeah, I don't have any extra days off, so I'm leaving Friday after work around 2. So I should get there around 10 or 12, depending on how many times I stop. And then I got to bolt out of there on Sunday morning. So, quick one.
Occasional outlaws in the house.
Yo, outlaw, what's up, brother? Definitely going to rerun the stuff through the mat.
Mm-hmm.
But I do see some shining.
Show me the money.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I know. I didn't know he was behind me. There's another 4 behind me. That was so sad. That was fun. I don't really like seeing all the demons take things like precious fruit.
Some lead.
I have a friend who goes
Pieces in there.
she had white hair and then she dyed it black. It's pretty hot.
Scott, how'd you do? Did you check your stuff from Cottonwood? You got some shiny? Tell you, this black sand does not want to move, guys.
Urban Jordy, good night. Scott says he got 0.12 from Cottonwood.
Mm-hmm.
There's three numbers in one equation, and the first and the last number you're supposed to multiply it. And the middle, and then
There's a few pieces in there, though.
you have to find two numbers that multiply to the first and the last number, but it also adds up to the middle number.
Oh, yeah. Man, I'm fading here.
Sorry it's taking me so long, Jim.
So outside all day. No, it's not your fault. Lots of fresh air and a belly full of food.
He killed you? It's not fine.
So there you go. A little bit of shiny.
Wow, that's super fine stuff. Oh,
Isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, you can see it better in that light. Yeah.
Super fine. Super fine.
That's
Well, I
not
didn't get stumped.
that's not 0.12. Just gonna throw that out there. Yeah.
Little smile. Some chiclets. So at least we saw some shiny today.
There you go. I say that's why they call it prospecting. Otherwise, it'd be called finding, and
Mm-hmm.
it'd all be found already. So. We lost you again.
Wait, what are you asking about? My gun or my stuff?
Keep kicking myself out.
The fat thumb.
So that's what we got for today.
Right on. Yep, something's better than nothing. That's for sure.
Yes, sir. I want to thank everybody for stopping in tonight. While we look through that conglomerate, we're going to let that stuff soak a little bit and bust that up some more, and then maybe do another little vid on, maybe not go live, but do another vid on it. And I appreciate everybody coming in.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank
See
you, CK, for coming in and helping out. Jim, thanks for coming in.
Hey, anytime.
Now I'm going to get on out of here and get a beer.
Sounds
All right,
good.
guys, be good. I'll talk
Take
to you
care,
later.
guys.
PA Patriot out.
Looking at you.
See you, Jimbo.